is a tutorial on how to make a small rotator cuff. I don't have one to show, for example, with me right now because I'm not at home, but let's just start. Now, of course, once you get the hang of it, you can put your beads on in whatever pattern you want, but I'd recommend something with 2 and then 1 of a different color as you start. So string your beads on like that, enough to fit around your wrist like a single. Now, you're going to want to tie it off like a single too. I'm going to cut off this excess piece, but then you're going to want to get some beads and put them out into a pattern of 3 like this. Now you're going to want to string them on and make sure you're coming out of a white bead and go into the next white bead. The reason that you put it in a pattern like this is so that it's much more obvious as to what you're supposed to be going into. Although it's not exactly necessary, I like to put the point of it a little bit up, and you're literally just going to want to do that all the way around your single. Alright, so once you've gone all the way around, you're going to want to go through the top of the closest point and do the same thing all the way around a second time. Just in case I didn't make it clear enough, you're going to be wanting to go from the bead you're in to the next point over and keep going like that. You're going to want to go through the highest point again, and now you're going to string 2 beads on and make them go through the next highest point. Additionally, you can keep going with these X's. This is called an X base or an X cuff. You can keep going and you can make them as many X's tall as you really want. Now, the reason that you do 2 instead of 3 is because when you put 2, it's going to tighten it up and make sure that it is flat instead of poking out like a mushroom like this. Now you're done with your base and you're going to tie it between these. This is just a little close-up of how I specifically tie it. I go through the string and then tie that. And I do it 2 or 3 times. Now here's where you cut off your excess if you don't have enough to go around again. If you do, don't cut it off, obviously, but if you don't, cut it off and then take another piece of string and go through any of your, what for me is white beads. Now we're going to be doing the spikes, so you're going to want to put either 3 or 5 onto your needle and put them through the next white bead. Make sure to pull it tight and make sure that the point is actually pointed out, and do that all the way around the top and the bottom. Once you have finished both the top and the bottom, you're going to want to make a single, but don't tie it yet. So now you're going to take your untied single, and instead of just tying it, you're going to wrap it around this and then tie it. You're going to want to tie it kind of tight so that it goes around it well, but other than that, after cutting off the excess, you are done and you have a rotator cuff. Here's what it looks like on. It's a little loose, but yeah. I hope this was able to help somebody make their first rotator cuff or X base, or even just get back to it after not doing it for a while. Thank you for watching, I guess. I don't know what I'm supposed to say.